Idlib is a city in ruins, much like the rest of the country around it. The city in the northwest of the country is the latest victim of a war that has been going on for 9 years. Everything began in March 2011, in Daraa in the south. Teenagers are arrested for writing anti-Bashar Assad graffiti. Protests erupt, calling for their release and democratic reforms. Security forces open fire on protesters. Very quickly, demonstrations spread nationwide. The country descends into civil war. The Syrian regime uses chemical weapons against rebel soldiers. The international community is divided. China, Iran and Russia support Assad's regime. The Islamic State group takes advantage of the chaos. It declares a caliphate in Syria and in Iraq at the end of June 2014. The conflict intensifies. Russia sends troops into Syria and bombs several towns. Moscow says it is targeting terrorists, but the international community accuses it of aiming at civilians and rebels. On the 22nd of December 2016, Bashar al-Assad's army retakes Aleppo. On the 30th of December, Russia and Turkey help to broker a ceasefire deal. The United States pulls out. 9 years after the beginning of the conflict, the Syrian regime controls more than 70% of the country. The war is seen as a failure of diplomacy.
A decade of fighting has brought nothing but ruin and misery. There is no military solution. The only path is a UN-facilitated political process. Now it's time to give a chance for diplomacy to work, and it is essential that fighting stops.
A shaky ceasefire in Idlib province was agreed at the beginning of March this year. In 9 years, more than 384,000 people have died, and nearly 1 million people have been displaced. Thousands of people tried to flee to Europe, creating an unprecedented migration crisis. The war has decimated the country and could continue for a while yet.